Always wanted to do that.
Okay, so basically, I'll just start. This is my 20 review, real quick. This is anime talk. We haven't done this in a while, but we back at it again. Um, we're not going to fully. We're basically going to talk about Attack on Titan, but in this case, we're going to talk about the evolution of Eren Yeager, the Attack on Titan, basically.
Mhm.
Um, we
God.
got
Pretty much.
Travis, we got Eric, we got Todd back at it again. So, fellas, Eric got Eric seemed like he want to get his shit off first, so
Oh,
I'll
me?
just let him start.
Nah,
Yeah.
I mean, if we're talking about the evolution of Eren Yeager from the very first season to now, it's a it's obviously a stark comparison. I'll tell you this, I'll definitely like Eren as a character now than I probably did at the start. And I think that was by design. I think they kind of wanted you to not dislike him per se. This is just my own personal subjective opinion. But I think they wanted you to see like that shonen growth of like, I'm gonna kill all Titans. Everybody's, you know what I'm saying? Like he had just one mission. And then as you know the story progressed, he kind of understood. Now he's kind of like on this, I'm solidified come hell or high water what I'm gonna do, and I don't care who I gotta go through to do it. And there's just something so stone cold about his character now that I respect, as compared to like, obviously he's an angsty child in a anime world. Who's to say? But as far as like him as a character, I've grown to like him, especially if you as you delve deeper into how the Titans actually work and the history of like what he discovered. Like we're kind of figuring things out as he's figuring things out, even though it seems like he's already got it all figured out. So like, all right, buddy. So like, that's just what I want to say for the start. But how do y'all feel about like Eren as a character?
I'm
And
gonna let Travis go before me because I got a lot of shit to get
Nah,
off. So
I like him as a character. I like the development that he's going through. I mean, of course, when he first showed up, you could just see they try to depict him as him turning like evil over time.
yeah,
But I just think it's like, an ego thing, honestly.
you know what I think they're doing? I'm not too sure if you're familiar with this. It seems like they're going, what's my man's what's the name of that anime? It seems like they're going full whoever's people that watches will know the anime. It seems like they're going like full Lelouch from I was gonna say S Cry Ed, but that's not it.
yeah,
That's
um,
fucking
I don't know if
it's
I
been years since I've
agree
seen this
with that.
anime too. But you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Um
I recently watched it probably a month or two ago, to be honest with you, and I went through it, so I know what you're talking about.
so
Some people,
so the premise of it seems like the bottom line of that anime is he was wrong. The protagonist Lelouch, he was wrong in that anime too. And
Hmm.
he was actually thought to be dead. I don't want to spoil the whole thing in case you watch it, but he essentially becomes this antagonist that everybody can unite and try to go against. So I
Mm,
kind of feel like they're
the same vibe.
yeah, they're trying to like Aaron's kind of going through the same direction, which is not a bad thing. Like if you think about it, what brings people together, like a
dark thing.
common hatred for one thing, like, I don't fuck with you.
It's still, even through all of this, I mean, I know you didn't watch the episode or whatever.
Not
They
yet.
they still trying to save this man, and it's just like, yo, bro, this man is
Gone.
gone. Like, what are we doing? Like, just let it be. Like, he's trying to kill y'all. Just, it is what it is. But go
Okay,
ahead, Tom.
you all ready? Okay,
Go for it.
so I technically just had the first episode in the background, and I seen this shit. So as you said, a like very annoying kid who basically just didn't fucking listen,
All
who
right.
could get anybody in trouble.
It was way
But
over his head. It
yeah,
was
who's way over his head, who really thinks like, yo, like you assholes should be protecting us and you should be ready. But then it's like in some way he was like doing too much, but in another way he was like right on it. Like he's like, yo, like you guys sitting here being lazy as fuck, and when the shit happens, you're not gonna be really prepared for it. And he was right. Then the fact that you see your mother gets killed, like in front of you, it's like fucking traumatizes you. That makes you angry at Titans even more. What pissed me off is that they made us look at you as if like if you train hard enough, you're gonna get there. You're not a perfect soldier, but if you train hard enough, you're gonna get there. And then the fucked up part is when they get you like you actually get to confront a Titan, you fucking lose, which makes no damn sense to me.
I'm not gonna lie, that to me, that right there. I loved it because it was one of those moments where you get, I'm tired, Travis could probably attest to this. You get the protagonist, he's just this badass off the rip, and he's just killing everybody. Now, granted, he gets to that point, right? But the first episode, you see this man, his mom gets, you see this kid, his mom gets eaten in front of him. He has a clear goal of revenge to kill all Titans. The first Titan he gets like approached or whatever, who he squares up with.
That's it.
Fucking eats him.
He lost.
I was dying. And you see his arm fly.
I was surprised. I was surprised, but then my thing for me was once I saw another Titan beating up people, I was like,
yeah,
that might be him.
Like, oh, I know what it is.
It wouldn't make any other sense but it being him, because you sat here and you built this character up to a certain point that there must be something like secretive about this person that he's not just gonna die that quickly. Because if he dies, then it's like the point of the show in the first place. So then you get to this point where now he's a Titan that he never knew about and shit. And then he just
unstoppable, bro.
At this point, he's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
In the early days, he was definitely comfortable.
Yeah, nah, he wasn't.
So you can manipulate him to almost believe anything. As far as like, think about Rainer and
shit. But
that was a crazy reveal. That's like me sitting here being like, Travis. So that relative that died of that one disease, I kind of killed him.
Right.
That's kind of how it went. Like it's like I killed him. It's not even kind of. I killed him, and it's like what? Like when Rainer revealed, "Oh, I'm the Armor Titan. I'm the one that kind of like let them all in," and he said in a way, it's just too
like it's regular,
like mad casual. It's like, nigga, this is your fault.
He was like, yo, Eren, I just want to let you know, bro. Like
no disrespect. I respect your
you. And if you just leave with us peacefully, nothing can pop over. He's like, oh, word.
He had a Joe Budden moment. He's like,
he was pissed. Yo, I remember that probably was like the best start of like the real shit, because he came down. He was like, nah, I'm about to fuck you up, bro. Like
I didn't like that. Real talk. He's like, I'm motherfucker. I love that. I'm glad they didn't.
He didn't like hesitate.
Yeah,
I'm glad he didn't hesitate. Like, his anger. That's what I loved about Eren the most. Is when he's really, really angry. He will show you. He will automatically show you. Other people want to be calm and question everything. He's like, nah, fuck that. You dying and you dying. Fuck what we were doing.
Bitch-ass niggas, so what y'all did to me.
Right.
But then it's like the problem is that they kept us like on hook, because then you wondered, hey, this key that he got from his pops was and shit like that. Then you find out the secret about how his father gave him all this shit. And then it gets to a point where you finally learn like how powerful his Titan alone is.
Right, it really is, yeah.
And his ability that he could just basically like know fucking everything. So that's what I wanted to talk about, because the factor is that this child has been literally carrying this burden ever since he kissed that prince's hand and shit. And that's like almost 2 seasons basically, that this man literally walked around and like knew he had to kill all these people. He knew somehow, some way he was gonna basically just be the end of be all for everybody and shit. But I'm not mad at him, because at the end of the day, if he looked at the history and saw that these fucking people are sending Titans through my eyes, constantly not knowing the effects of what this could be, you would think, hey, nah, fuck that. Everybody's gotta die. If you sending us like this shit, it's either me or them, and it's gonna
Right.
be me. Just
Yeah.
that simple.
So would y'all necessarily both say that y'all agree with Eren at this point, as far as his goal?
I
Um,
go ahead, Trevor. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I don't want to say I fully agree, but I'm enjoying the journey
That's
because
what I
this shit, he's wilding. He's wilding on mad levels, and I personally like shit like that.
Right.
Like anytime I watch like anime or a movie or whatever, I
You like
love.
blood, death, and
Yeah,
gore.
yeah, bro.
Uh,
Like
I feel
if
you.
if the self-proclaimed antagonist is like winning or whatever the case may be, like that's my shit. Turn that shit up.
I feel
So
you. I
say
definitely like. Go ahead. My bad.
my bad. I would say that they created this monster at this point.
and they gotta deal with it.
I feel like his father created this monster.
Yeah, you
feel
definitely
like
did.
I feel like
I
when
lied to him for years. He abandoned an old life and literally the fucking like he left an old life and now he's reaping what he sowed when he tried to move on. He met a new woman, the woman that literally like because wasn't the woman that ate wasn't
yes,
yeah
yes, and he out and he figured it out. Once that's what I'm saying. Like the factor that once they thought he was like the coordinate and he wasn't, just because he touched like his stepmother and shit like that, is the only reason why he was able to do what he did at that moment.
all right,
So it's like you keep getting in contact with the bloodline that makes you actually see these things. It's not like you're the one, the chosen one. It's just that you're just able to see these things because of who you're interacting with,
all right,
which is even more fucked up. But that the probably the best. But that's exactly what I'm saying. Like they created this monster. Every single person, from the founder to the father to basically the people outside of the wall,
mm,
created this basic monster, because every little thing he sees, every truth is just a dark. It gets darker from him, where it's like, what the fuck? Like, really?
all
Like,
right,
is any
Right.
peace, truth? Is there any like hope for the world if all of this is really fucking going on and stuff? And I'm not mad at him. I'm not.
all right.
You put that man through too much pain and shit like
Yeah.
that. That eventually
And shit.
he's gonna
Yeah.
be as crazy as this, and he's not wrong.
I gotta say, like back to what y'all was saying about the gore and stuff like that. It's not just that, but I love compromised morally compromised characters. Somebody that like thought they had shit figured out. Now new
And they got a
information hit
whole
to
new.
them, and then they gotta totally reevaluate everything that they thought how the world or the reality that they live in is. And it kind of gives like this credence because it's easy. I don't want to say it's easy, but nowadays it's not that hard to make a straightforward base shonen jump anime.
Yeah.
Let's go. I believe in
Right.
myself character. You know what I'm saying? But you take a character that starts off with one mind, with murder on his mind for Titans. That was his
Mm-hmm.
sole purpose. And then what, 3, 4 seasons in, he finds out the lineage of basically what he's become, what his dad basically did to him, where the source of all this started, which was it kind of if you've read story or heard you heard of this kind of concept before, you kind of knew where the source was, where it's like it's human. It's usually always humans that fuck some shit up, right? But it's like the way you get there. It's like now this man is like, all right, all right. I thought I knew, but now I know. I still
But,
probably
but
don't know, but I know what I'm gonna do.
Right.
Know what I'm gonna fucking like.
I'm I
That man crazy hell.
love the fact. I just love the fact that he convinced his father to do all that shit,
Yeah,
bro. I swear that was the best of that fucking
I wish we
season.
could focus.
Because the problem was that whole season was fucking boring. Aside from the fact when he blacked on like the on the
On
townspeople and he fought the Warhammer,
That's what I'm
that was
saying.
fun.
That Warhammer fight was. Did you get the chance to see that, Travis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That shit was crazy. He literally was scared the shit out of what was his name, Rainer. He scared the
Mm.
shit.
Yeah,
He like,
Raina.
yo,
I
what's
was
up?
so surprised.
Yeah.
Raina was a bitch that
Raina's
season.
a bitch. I
Rainer
was
was
like,
Yeah.
Raina's a bitch, bro.
Rainer is a bitch.
He's literally the I
You
gotta
said,
give another shout
but
out.
that's the crazy part. Raiden was a badass in the
Yeah,
beginning. He could fight. He could
Was
fight Eren in the beginning, but after that shit, he said, "Oh no,
that's it.
Eren,
yeah, you
no,
gotta.
I'm
That's
sorry."
it.
Like, no, fuck that. You thought you was tough shit? I'm gonna fuck you up now. I took everybody powers off Red.
All
You
right.
can't do shit to me no more. I'll break your fucking armor. You ain't nothing right now.
What's cool
That
too,
nigga.
I give props to the show because you could tell the creator's like a big MMA/wrestling fan. But you
Mm.
probably
Oh,
know this, Ty. In case whoever's watching don't know, some of the Titan forums are like homages to actual MMA fighters or wrestler. Like Reina, for example, is on homage to Brock Lesnar.
Mm.
Um,
really?
yeah. The
I
Titan,
didn't think.
yeah, it's Brock Lesnar.
So wait, is
The
Colossal
Armor
Andre?
Titan, yeah. Huh?
Would you say that Colossal is supposed to be like Andre the Giant or some shit?
I don't. I think Colossal didn't have a set. Like I don't
Because he
know.
doesn't do anything.
You're right. He's literally probably yeah. He's tall. Maybe
It's too big.
that's a
Yeah.
funny correlation though. Ardra didn't. I'm trying to think who the Attack Titan was. It was I think it was a Korean mixed martial artist. I really
Mm.
forgot his
Wow.
name, but someone in the
That's some
comments.
good.
Yeah,
Someone with
That's
all
pretty.
those types. And he
yeah.
Yeah.
don't
Okay.
Like the
pay.
design, like you know, like it's
That's dope.
pretty. I love the homages, but going back to the season. So, because let me ask you, Ty, because you would know more than me. This new season is it carrying on from the book, or are we on like we're on waters that we've never seen? Like, is this something like new, or is it progressing?
Well,
Like,
I never fully read the book, to be honest with you.
oh, okay, I thought you
But
did.
Mm.
I never read. No, the only thing I ever did was I like seeing like how the manga books, like
Mhm.
even before you start reading it, they'll tell you like who the Titans are,
All right,
and that's the part they're going off. They're not going off of the book because there's supposed to be a lot of people who are Titans that's actually in Aaron's group, and it's not. So it's like a whole different thing. Like all his friends are supposed to be Titans. Even Levi is supposed to be a Titan.
very
That's
good.
how crazy it's supposed
Yeah,
to be. But I guess it's too much, and it doesn't make sense to do it on paper to do all of that shit because it's like then you got to figure out how this person took it and all this extra shit. So I don't know, but I kind of like where it's going, to be honest with you. But I just feel like I already knew from the jump, like Aaron's doing all this shit because he knows he's not gonna live through this shit. That's
right.
just the difference. He knows who's gonna kill him. He knows all these things. So it's like I'm just waiting for you to do it. Like I still have to do this shit in order for you to do this to me. So it's like
Mm.
he's just tired. Like you seen it if you watch the episode, you see it in his face. He's just sitting
Oh
there
yeah, everyone
like
looks exhausted.
he's
Fucking
just like,
Yeah.
bro,
Casa
like I
look like she's
know,
just
but I have to.
over this.
Yeah, like I really gotta do this, bro. Like fuck. For the peace. I just want to be with Mikasa all my life and shit.
Mm.
I don't give a shit about. I know he like. I know he really does care about Mikasa, but he
But he
be
disrespected her. He
yeah,
disrespected the shit out.
he
He was like, yo,
disrespecting.
you
He
only
was
do this because you serve me.
all right, all
Yes. You don't do this because you want to. Like you're bound by me to do this shit. Like,
right.
are you even real right now?
You know like he said that shit to her to like you listen.
He just
I
did
can't
this
have
stuff.
you with me with the shit I'm about to do.
Right.
Yeah,
Mm.
which is smart. Which is smart. I respect him for
And
it.
that's how you do. That's kind of how you have to have people to stay away from you that doesn't like you love them and you know what you got to do is like it's gonna potentially fuck up the world or fuck up the balance of that world or whatever narrative it is. And it's like the tale as old as time. You tell that person like you don't mean shit to me. Like
Mm.
Yeah. The
stay away.
crazy part is, I just if you go watch Tokyo Revengers, the main character literally just did that exact same thing. He
Really?
literally just he broke up with his girl and he just was saying mad shit. He's just like, yeah, I'm done with you. I don't want to be with you no more. I don't love you and everything. And I don't want to go into Tokyo Revengers, but she beat the shit out of him too, bro.
Oh
Like
wow.
she
That's
punched, she literally knocked him down, started punching the
damn.
shit out of him, saying, "I fucking hate you," and everything. And just left him on the ground. I was like, "Oh, bro, like you can't
Mm.
fight for him, bro. Like what the
Yo, I'm
hell,
mad
you
you
know?"
told me it came on, and I'm like, this dude still doesn't know how to fight. Actually,
No, no, bro. Like no, like it's. I will. He keeps. I don't know why they make it seem like, yo, he just wants to get beaten to a pulp and then it's like a glorious thing. No, I want you to learn how to fight
Yeah,
somebody,
eventually you gotta know how
fuck
to
him
fucking
up.
fight. Yeah, something. Travis, that's another anime you definitely gotta check out. Tokyo Revengers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
that's another.
It's not natural or nothing, but it's just like it's just as basic, but it has a good
It'll
plot.
start off a little weird, but then you're gonna be like, okay, I understand what's going on. You're
All
gonna be like,
right.
fuck, and then you
How
know,
many seasons is it?
only two, right? This is the second season that they're doing.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like first season was kind of long, to be honest with you. I
yeah,
think.
that's the thing. The first season felt like two seasons in a row. They had a lot of episodes.
I
Oh
think they
wow.
just like separated the time when they showed like one half of it and then the other half of it. Because when I watched it, I just binged it till the end and stuff. So,
So
but
being that
yeah,
that none of us, and then we're kind of pressed for time because we got a few more minutes. We got 10 minutes. But being that like none of us have really read the anime, and we don't plan to, because if we're gonna continue Attack on Titan,
I'm cool.
I want to just go in raw. You feel me? How do you feel like this is gonna end?
His death.
Yeah,
I agree.
but I think I don't see anyone. I don't think anyone really makes it out of this shit. Like,
Nobody.
Nobody at all.
I just,
mm,
I just.
the only person I could see making it is I don't really think yeah. I don't know, bro. I
You don't even know who.
I think it's gonna be slim pickings for this shit. Honestly, like I really can't see anybody really making this shit. Anybody making it out?
I,
Honestly.
I ain't gonna hold you. I think I probably will believe if somebody had to make out of it,
Mm-hmm.
it'll probably be by Mikasa.
Yeah, I was gonna
And
say Mikasa as well.
if anything,
Okay.
I probably say Armin, to be honest.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't
But
know
then it's
about.
like it's also like there's like a devil advocate where you could say like all of the people who hold a Titan might be dead.
That's
that's
what
what I
I'm
was gonna
saying.
say.
It
I
doesn't.
think at the end of the go ahead, my fault, man.
Nah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think that's at the end of it, that's the ultimate goal, is to wipe away the whole Titan lineage for good. You feel
Well,
me?
And that would
point.
make sense.
My fault. What'd you say, Ty?
That was Zeke's plan, anyways, to like
Right.
just recognize the entire shit. But at the end of the day,
Mm.
still have two kids, which
That's still
is
right.
that, and one of them is basically the Colossus. He's the what's it? What's the Jaw Titan? He's the Jaw Titan,
Jaw Titan, yeah.
but he's supposed to. He's not even supposed to look like how the Jaw Titan is. He's supposed to be like some bird or some shit
Right,
like that.
right.
So who knows? Who knows? I just like the Attack Titan's powers. That's really all it
Yeah.
is. If I could say, go back and like whoever's Kobe memories and be like, yo, bro, invest in this fucking shit right now.
Mm.
Be rich. I'm just saying, like that. That's probably the only thing that tops the entire season itself. There's no other scene because once you looked at this man's face and he looked pissed as fuck, and then he goes in his ears and says, "Yo, bro, get the fuck up, man.
All right.
You got let's go, bro. Let's what are you doing? Don't be a bitch. Get up." It's like you sit here in the gym and you probably like, "Yo, you got two more reps to
Oh
go, man.
yeah. And you
Fuck it.
sitting down and you taking a break. Yeah,
Take
man.
a break, nigga. You taking a break? No break, nigga. No break." But good. I really would put that as probably like at least a top 10, if anything. If matter of fact, let's just say character wise, Eren Yeager, top 10 character.
Yeah. That's for
That'd be
sure. I
I
could
gotta
agree.
be honest with you. He personally, he wouldn't be my top 10, but I would respect if he's on anyone's top 10 list. I
Mm.
just it's just again no particular reason. I got no. I think Aaron now more than ever would definitely deserve anybody in the top 10 of all. We're talking all time anime protagonists, right? I just feel that. I don't want to talk shit about him. He's come along. Like I like his
Yeah,
character.
that's all.
the thing is he wasn't
Like all that shit
the
that
thing.
he endured to get to where he's at. You kind of gotta rate him somewhat high.
Yeah, saying because it's not like he was the protagonist in the beginning. It was
Right.
just like he
Who would
didn't
you,
know
who would you say was the
was going
protagonist?
to be the protagonist. So, like,
My fault.
and
Who would
that's a
you say
different type of story
was
because
the
most of these
protagonist?
most
Hmm?
Who would you guys say
huh?
was the protagonist in the beginning?
In the beginning,
Yeah, if not
that's
Aaron.
tough. I think the protagonist, to be honest with you, was probably really unknown.
Well, I was expecting you to say Levi, but he was more fan service than protagonist. At the
I
end of
wouldn't call
the
him protagonist because he just wanted to save lives and stuff like that. He didn't really do anything evil or anything like that. At
Mm.
most, it was really just let's just say the real protagonist was the outside world. Because if it wasn't for the outside world, Titan they wouldn't be scared to walk out of the wall and go
We'll
about
have
their
no
life.
hope. Yeah.
Like you basically caged me in a place where
Yeah.
Titans can come at any fucking time. So let's just say the outside world was the protagonist, and then they put a face and a name to the outside world. Let's just
Yeah.
say that.
are you referring to you saying protagonist or antagonist? That's what you mean. You mean antagonist? As far as like protagonist basically means like main character.
Oh,
No,
I'm
well,
sorry.
this means like main character, good guy.
Not always. The good guy's not always the protagonist. Sometimes the story is about a villain. He's a protagonist.
So what are you saying that basically Attack on Titan could have been like
So
the evolution of him becoming a villain?
you know what? Not yeah. At the same time, it's like yes, he's doing. I think that this season we're gonna see that all this shit that he's been doing is leading to something that we have not been privy to. Because all this evil shit he's been doing, all this basically scorched earth shit. There's something he found or something he knows that he's not letting on.
Hmm.
And I think by the end of this season, it's finally going to wrap up like that arc of him because there's nothing left. There's nothing left to do but just to reveal everything. I'm very curious of how this is gonna end. Like if if he's alive by the end of this, then I wouldn't say I'd be
Oh.
disappointed, but it'll definitely be like, wow, that's been underwhelming.
That's like Game
Hmm.
of Thrones. Like I feel like that's Game of Thrones for me. Like you did all this shit and then you didn't become king. Like what the
Right. Nah,
like what
yeah.
the fuck? Bro? Like you don't
The
want to
same,
be king now? Like
basically the same shit.
Man,
it's
that
basically
I really
I'll
think
be
he's out. I'm
I
I
you
would
know,
just
curse this show out if they really did not kill Eren at the end of this shit, bro. I really
yeah,
be pissed.
out of here. You gotta be out of here. There's
The
no way.
world does not work. The world does not get better without Eren like being alive. It's not possible at this point. He's a person that's supposed to scorch the earth, and then somebody's supposed to come back and make him
Coming
different.
from Earth's S22
sorry,
Ultra.
sorry so much. That's exactly what I was trying to stop.
It's okay.
I was trying to call me, and I was trying to actually look up the name of the fucking anime. Was it as basically
Oh,
the
Code,
Code
Code,
Geass? Thank you,
Code
Code.
Geass.
I
I
kind
was
of
gonna say the name. I thought you knew the name. I didn't think you
no
wanted
no.
to.
It's been years since I've seen Code Geass, but Code Geass, yes, I think it's going that direction. I think the people who's going kind of like the end, where it's like,
I understand. I
yeah,
get it.
the people he's trying to unite the people to one cause, which is him.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, let me try to get let me try to get some kind of like peace in this messed up world, and I'll be the sole devil that everybody has to like. I'll wipe out any other Titan, the founding Titan. I'll become the one true Titan, just so everyone can know, like, come together and get me. And if that
Hmm.
faults me to the end of my life, then so be it. But we'll see.
All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got anything else?
No. I mean, what y'all got?
I got nothing
Nothing,
else.
nothing much.
Talk
Yeah,
about it so long because we really could get into some shit, but
absolutely. Yeah,
that's all I wanted to talk about, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
well, thank you guys so much for joining us today for this anime talk. We're gonna have a lot more of these. We've been kind of slacking. We're getting our boy Trav into some newer joints too. He's a vet at this anime
Right.
stuff. We're kind of
Okay.
getting him into like the newest stuff to kind of get his foot wet, you know. So, uh, anything want to? Oh yes. Just if by the time this goes out, you'll probably we'll probably have it out. But be just to remind everybody, we're having a tournament, March Madness. The Field of 64, greatest television show of all time, as determined by the three of us. So we will love y'all to join us and stay tuned. And thank you for watching.
All right. Yes, sir.
Ty?
All right.
All right.